Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to design 3D cantilever truss on SAP2000. Alright, so if you're new here, please do well to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and if you want more videos, please do well to drop a comment on the videos you want us to do so we can learn together. Alright, so the first thing, I'll be dropping a link to the video where I showed how to model this cantilever truss. Alright, so in case you're interested, so you can follow from the beginning. But if you know how to do this model 3D truss, you can just continue from there. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is that if I do my dimension and I click this, you realize that my dimension is at 3000, that's like 3000 mm. But my scale on my SAP is in meters, so what I'll do now is I can just highlight all of this and I need to scale this out. Scale. So I click this. I'm going to scale it to meters, so it will be 0.001. Click OK. So this is the drawing. I've scaled it. Alright. So this is it. Drawing it has been scaled to a lesser. Right, so I can just DXL out. Right, so I can just call this truss tutorial, so I click save. Right, so I just want to replace that truss tutorial so that doesn't save. Right, first thing you need to scale depending on how your SAP is being set. Mine is set to kilonewtons, so that's why I scaled it to meters. Right, so the next is I come to my SAP. Okay, so once you do that, you come to file. I'm going to be importing those DXF. Right, so I come to file, come to import DXF. Right, so I pick, come to, mine is on my desktop, so I'm going to pick truss tutorials, click OK. So come to frames. So depending, like I said, I'm going to be importing my members one after the other, but if you're using a newer version of SAP, you can import all your members together. But I'll be importing mine one after the other. I'll be importing from top chord to bottom chord to diagonals, then polylines. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is to import my top chord, click OK. This is where it is. So if I zoom into it, you'll see that this is where it is. Right, so for now it's not a problem, but I'm going to move that to the origin very soon, so don't panic. Alright, so we do that, file, import, DXF. Okay, truss tutorials, click OK. Click OK, like I said, unit mine is in kilonewtons, so the top chord, next one is my bottom chord, click OK. Same thing, so we continue that till we finish importing every member. And so you zoom into that. Right, so you zoom into that, you see a top chord, bottom chord, and everything is in place and properly done. Okay, so I can just highlight this. So I want to move, so I can just highlight it to this joint, right click on it. Right, so you're going to see that joint 10. So you're going to see the positions where they are. I want to move this to the origin like I said earlier. So it's for a clearer view because this is far from the origin. So it's going to be smaller, which will not make you see what you're doing properly. So you have your joint 10. I want to move from that joint there. That's why I highlighted that here and I clicked and I right clicked on it. Right. So you're going to write these values out to write coordinate of x, y, and z. So for x coordinate you have 6852.8338. For your y, you have minus 5578.41, and for your z, you have 0. Okay? For your z, you have 0. Alright, so next thing we're going to do now is we're going to cancel this. It's already highlighted. So you're going to do either you do Control M, move. Okay? So you're going to move it, Control M, or you can come to Edit, come to Move. Alright, so for my X, we had 6852.838, sorry. Right, but since it was positive, in this case, we're going to put negative. So minus 6852.8338. But for y direction, it's going to be, it was negative before, it's now going to be positive, so it's going to be 5578.41. For the delta z was also leave it as well, so you click OK. So you've seen it has moved it to the origin. Alright, so I've moved it to the origin. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing after this, we've brought the 3D model on SAP. The next thing we're going to do this is for you to define your sections. Alright, so I'll come to define sections, frame sections. Alright, so we're going to be importing first. So I want to import angle ions. So come to local jigs, I'll come to my SAP. Double click to open that. So I'm going to be using 6 Pro. So you click on 6 Pro, click OK. Right, so you have different sections. Right, so I'm going to be using L75 by 75 by 5 as one. I'm going to import, click OK. Alright, so click OK. Next thing I'm going to be importing, an angle iron. So click, sorry, not this, sorry. So I can just click here to import an angle iron. So I'm going to be importing, next I'm going to be importing is going to be L50 by 50 by 55, sorry, 55 by 55 by 5. Okay. Next one I'm going to be importing after that is going to be an angle line. I'm going to be importing L45 by 45 by 5. So depending on what you have in the market and what you want to use. So I'm going to be using, for my interest, I'm going to be using angle lines. Right, so these are the 3 sections I want to use. So we have L45 by 45 by 5, L45 by 5 by 5, and L75 by 75 by 5. Right? So these are the ones I'm going to be gambling with when I want to design the truss itself. But for my polines, I'm going to be creating that section myself. So I'll come here because it doesn't have Z poline, so I have to do something that looks like a Z poline. Okay, so I can just come here and I want to use a channel section. Right, so I can call this poline. Right. So for my outside depth, the length I want 0.1. Sorry, that's 0.1. So for my flange, it will be 0.05. So here is going to be 5. It's going to be 5 exponential 3. Here is going to be 5 exponential 3. Okay. So that's it. What this means is that from here to here is 100 mm, from here to here is 50. Okay, and the thickness of this is 5 mm. So it's just a seed section of 100 by 50 by 5. Alright, so that's what I just imputed here. So you can just click OK for my polines. So I have members. And also, when I want to analyze and design, I want SAP to automatically pick members for me. So if I want that, I can just click this and I come down to select, add auto select. I want it to automatically pick between this and this for me, right? So add, and I can just call this A or auto, whatever I want to call it. Now I'll just call it A. So I click OK and click OK. Right? So I'm now defined. First of all, I imported my DXF. Now I've defined my members. So the next thing I want to assign members to this. Right? So I can come to select group. So if you notice, you have all DX71, DX72. So this is like the order of how I get step out. Remember when we get step out, it was top chord first, bottom chord second, diagonals third, and polines fourth. Alright, so I want to select first one, top chord. Alright, so I click OK. So that's selected all those ones. Right, so now I've selected, I want to assign. So I come to assign, frame, sections, like I said, auto A. Click OK. So you notice that I added A for those ones. Next one I want to do now is for my poline. So I can still say anything, select, come select groups, fourth one, click OK. So you just select that and assign. sections or lines. Okay. Alright, so that's done all that. And next, remember that what makes a truss is the fact that their independent units that come together, they create nodes and joints. You've noticed this polyline is just a straight polyline from here to here. And also you notice your top chord, if I highlight that, let me just highlight those areas as well. Notice your top chord, you click here, it's just one full. This is not what makes it a chord. What makes it a truss is that it's from here to here, from here to here. So it breaks at every node, alright? So we have not done that yet. So what we can do is I can select all the members because I want to break it into those nodes. Come to edit, come to divide frame. So I want to break it at intersections. At every intersection, every node, I want it to break those members. So I click break at, and I click OK. Right, so you highlight into those, or zoom into it again, you realize what I'm saying. So it has done that. So you have your top chord. You notice that even your bottom chord, alright, even your polylines have also done that. Alright, so you can just go back. Right, so we have done that, we have assigned the members. So all are, we have assigned sections to all the members. So next we are going to do is add supports. Right, so for a cantilever, you have support at two ends. You have it at the bottom end here and at the top end here. These are where you have supports for a cantilever. Please don't forget. So if I select here and select here, I can just come to support, assign support. So assign the support there. Right, so we can do that top and bottom. Top and bottom. Sorry. So assign. Alright, so just so I can see this one well, so I just zoom into it. So I can select here and here and assign. Okay, so I've assigned support to those pieces. Alright, so once you're done assigning, the next thing is for you to analyze. But before you analyze, you have to make sure you check the code you're using. So I come to options, come to preferences, come to steel, and I'm designing with BS code, so I can just click this. Depending on the code you want to design to ASHTO, American or whatever. So, but I want to design to BS5950. Because, so click OK. So next thing is for you to analyze. So you can just click on OK here. So first of all, before you analyze, you have to save it. So I come to local disk, come to my SAP model, come to examples, and save it as truss. So save. Give it time to analyze this. So analysis is completed, so you can click OK. Okay, so that's how it moves. Sorry, but before we analyze, I'm going to unlock that. There's one thing we forgot to do. One thing we forgot to do was to load. Sorry, we didn't load it. So I can come to select, come to groups. So my foot one was my polyline, so I can just, sorry. Okay, sorry. So I can select frame sections. I want to select my polylines because I want to load my polylines. So select my polylines, load. Okay, I'm going to be loading the uniform load of one. Okay, and click OK. See, that's loaded it one everywhere. So we can, once we're done with that, I can just load it and analyze again. Alright, so don't forget. So now you see the deflection, the movement of your truss with relation to the loading. Okay, you can stop that. After that, next we are going to do is design. So we're going to design sections. So from what you've seen, see that most of the members have passed. Okay, so we can just pick one member and just look at it, just to be sure of what happens. So we can just come to view. So these are different trusses: truss 1, truss 2, truss 3, and truss 4. You can just select, view, set to be view. Alright, so we are going to be doing in the X, Y, so I can just pick. Alright, so okay, so I can just click OK. So it's going to be view, set to be view. So I want to be viewing it in the, okay, so this. So that's the problem. Okay, so this is it. Right, so you notice the UI ratios. Notice the UI ratios. Once it passes 1, that's what it means, like that's failed. But once it's below 1, that means you're good to go, right? So this is what happens. So if you want to see your members that it's selected for, you can just set elements. I want you to show me the frame sections that are selected, so you click OK. Alright, so what this tells you that L45 by 45 by 45 works. So this is it's selected L45, 45. See for this one now, you see L55 works. So that's what is selected, L55 for this one. Here selected L75. Okay. L75. Okay. So sorry, I can't see. Right, so by look of things, all our members work. So same thing L45. So with this, you have been able to design your cantilever frame, sorry, your cantilever truss with SAP. Hope you've learned something. If you have, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and drop comments on videos you would want us to do for you. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.